With the growing trend of barn dominiums, board and batten siding continues to grow in popularity. At Western States Metal Roofing, we are proud to now offer board and batten siding with all the benefits of metal.
Use of the following video content is subject to the warning, disclaimer of warranties, and limitation of liability as set forth on this screen.
Okay, so on this mock-up, same thing as you're going to find anywhere in this industry. The framing of the building is going to be a little bit out of square. Right here, it's about a 1/4 inch out of square. So we're going to cut our last terminating panel before we put our inside corner and sealant in here. We're going to have to cut a small custom panel and terminate it here. And then we're going to do the same thing we did on the other side. We're going to pre-drill the holes to make the fastening part of it easiest part. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to mark this at 11 3/4. And then pre-drill the holes and trim it off. And now I'm going to pre-mark my holes. I'm going to go about a 1/2 inch in. That way it doesn't get caught on the standard inside corner piece. And I can embed all the caulking in there without having any of the screw heads showing through the backside of my trim piece. So now after we cut our panel, I pre-drilled the holes, and now I'm going to apply it to the corner right before we start working on the inside corner. Everything looks good. So now I'm going to attach my panel. We are using a 1 inch standard 8-point screw, sheet metal into wood. Once you're done, just make sure you look at your screw heads, make sure they're not went in crooked or anything like that, because what's going to happen is when we put the corner in, those screw heads will show through on the inside of the corner, or we'll push it off the wall enough to where you won't get a good seal on it. So just take a double check before you put the caulking on it, because it will make a huge mess trying to get it back off. What we're going to do is we're going to take our standard inside corner that we use on out of our catalog, and we're going to mark this 1 inch off the end, 12 inches on center for pop rivets. I'm going to go, there's a 1/2 inch hem on here. We're going to use 3 32 by 3/8 butyl tape, and I'm going to drill the hole in the center of that 1/2 inch leg. That way it's centered to pin the caulking to the panels. And I am going to pre-drill the holes because it makes doing this job by yourself a lot easier once the holes are pre-drilled in it. Same thing I'm going to do on both sides. That way they're equally the same and they're aesthetically pleasing. They're going to line up with each other. And I'm also going to leave the PVC on it so after I pre-drill it. That way the shavings don't scratch the finish on it. Then I'll peel the PVC off before I apply them to the wall. Now I will peel off the PVC so I can apply the caulking. I'm going to make sure that I wipe off my surface underneath of it for all the shavings. That way it doesn't scratch the finish. What we're going to do now is we're going to apply the beetle tape. I try to go about a 1/16 inside this hem. That way when it compresses, if the caulking oozes out, it's not going to ooze out much past this. And when the beetle tape comes out the side, dirt and stuff usually sticks to the beetle tape, making it look aesthetically unpleasing. Take a razor knife and trim it off the one side. You can flip your piece over and do the other side, and then remove the paper back once you're ready to install. But if you're not going to install it right away, please leave it on. It'll make a mess all over everything. So once we have our beater tape on our corner piece, what we're going to do next is we're going to make sure that we push it all the way to the bottom before we push it into the piece. And we're seating it on there because once you get the caulking on there and it's warm outside, it'll make a mess everywhere. So I'm going to come here in the corner, make sure everything's nice and tight, and then I'm going to press it into the inside corner. It's best to pre-drill all the holes all the way down. Now we're going to pop our pop rivets in there. Make sure you got your rivets all the way in there, seated all the way you want. Make sure you're using the right rivet that has a bigger depth enough to grab the material.
You can find step-by-step installation videos and homeowner guides on our channel. And don't forget to show your support by hitting the like button and subscribe. Want to learn more? Check out these videos.